Vtwin Life is brought to you by these two great companies, Crash Inc. Clothing and Wild Ass Seats. Hey, you want to add some comfort to your ass when you're out riding, whether you're a 400-mile guy or maybe a guy that's pushing 1,000 plus, or female rider for that matter? Hey, check out wild-ass.com and add some comfort to your ass. Can't forget Crash Inc. Clothing, that Northwest brand out of the Pacific Northwest. Hey, these guys got a lot of great stuff, from t-shirts to hats, raincoats, you name it. Hey, they can get you covered. Check out crashinclothing.com. Now, let's dive into another milepost of the Vtwin Life. Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to Milepost 63. We're getting there. We're climbing, going places. So tonight we got the guys from the Upshift podcast. Be kind of cool to get a couple more guys within that community also got their podcast going and, talk how things are growing, talk some motorcycles, and talk a little shop and have a good time. So not try to get confusing. It's like Brian from New Jersey, Brian from South Carolina, Brian from New Hampshire.
Brian.
It's the three B's tonight. So hey, what's going on, guys? Man, thanks for coming on tonight.
Man, thanks for having us on here.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So, well, how'd you guys kind of get your start in motorcycles? We'll start there.
So, all right, so I'll go first.
Go for it.
Yeah. So I was one of those kids that came from the dirt onto the street. So when I was younger, all I wanted was a dirt bike, and I got into dirt bikes hard. Started racing dirt bikes and racing every weekend. Then figured out that I got to go to work on Mondays. That racing's not the greatest thing. So that's when I got into street bikes. So my first street bike was a Harley, a 2003 Night Train. And ever since then, I've been hooked. I've always had a Harley in the garage. So
those Night Trains, those were good looking bikes.
Yeah. I couldn't sleep a month before. I had to order it because it was 03. So I ordered it, and man, I was so excited to get that gunmetal pearl Night Train. I think I rode that for 3 days straight when I got it. It was great.
Nice.
Yep.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, now still got bikes in the garage, and that's all I think about. Fucking Harleys have overcome my life.
It's a good life.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Not a bad life at all.
No. What are you, Brian? South Carolina?
Well, growing up, my uncle, my mom's brother, he had a Harley. So that was the first ride I took was on his bike. And pretty much from that point on, I wanted a motorcycle. So my parents appeased me one time with a go-kart. That same uncle got out of bikes and had 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers, and that never really, I just didn't like it. It just was not fun. And he had a garage with all of his Easy Riders and In the Wind and all that, and I stole them. So I would look at all those throughout the years. And when I was in high school, a buddy of mine got kicked out of his house. His parents kicked him out, and he had an old Honda 81 CM 400A. Still, it looked like Chip Patrol. Still had the bags, windshield. And I knew he got kicked out. So I rode by there, jumped out, talked to his dad, and he's like, he owes me money and I'm selling the bike. So $300 later, I'm riding home on a 81 Honda. And all of that, my grandmother bought it for me. And I still have it today. And that started.
That's awesome.
It has been, and I lived at home. I was in high school. And I rode at home, and my grandmother followed me in. My parents kind of come out, and they're like, "What is this?" And my grandmother's like, "That's his motorcycle. I bought it for him. Don't say nothing about it."
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was on from then. And I mean, I've lost count of how many bikes I have. It's me and Brian talk about it on our podcast. I eat and I think about motorcycles, and that's pretty much, and they're, all Harley, not against any other brand, but it's all Harley all the time. And that's consumed my life since I ordered my first one in 97 and didn't get it until 99, back when you had to order like Brian did. So since 99, I've had a Harley-Davidson, and I've not completely crisscrossed the country, but it's been my life, and a good life. If I died today, I've had a great one.
Now look at you on the podcast with these guys.
Yeah, I know.
So actually, we got one here for you, Brian. New Hampshire. You got Dana's want to know what part of the state you're in. They're down in the Southern Lakes region.
All right, I see. Yeah, I'm just south of Wolfboro, so I'm close to the lake. So I'm right there, Wolfboro area. So yeah, he's probably pretty close to me then. That's cool.
So how long do you think you've been on the road then, riding on the road?
Me, gosh, since I was 16 turning 7. So the summer I turned 17.
So 20, 25 years?
Yeah, almost. Well, I'm 45, so yeah.
Oh, shit, you're about the same age as me, man.
Yeah. And
Kids today.
Yeah. Been doing it ever since. And it's, I can't say enough about, I mean, would us four be talking if we didn't have the motorcycle in common?
Probably
Hey, you
not.
never know. Probably not, though. So
Probably
there you
not.
go, Brian. So Dana is in Brookfield.
Okay, right on. Nice. Yep, that's not far. So yeah, like I was telling you, Denver. I was a truck driver, so back when I first started driving trucks, there's a bunch of guys that had Harleys at the shop, and they were like, "Hey, you're not a truck driver unless you have a Harley." So they like conned me into getting my license. And the Dyna Y-Glide was the first Harley I ever rode in a parking lot, with the guy chasing me around so I wouldn't get out of his sight. So, but
How you work with?
yeah, well, I used to work with him. Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't know what year Y-Glide it was. It was that nice teal color. It had tassels.
Real teal.
Yeah,
I like the Dyna Y-Glide. It's a nice bike.
yeah, it was nice.
And those are fairly inexpensive if you want to get into the Harley scene.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Those up for anywhere from $3, $6, $7 grand.
yeah.
And
Even
all day long.
the Super Glide's pretty cheap too.
You get into the low riders, FXDX, then you're just, might as well buy save money.
So how'd you guys hook up and start your the Upshift? What was the whole meeting and how that all come about?
That is a funny story.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to podcasts. I don't watch TV. I watch a little YouTube. And so I started listening to motorcycle podcasts. And I'm like, I could do this. I ride all the time. This is fun. So a buddy of mine that I've been riding with, I was like, let's do this. So I get my phone, I download the app, and we do it on our way to Biketoberfest. So that's October, heading to Daytona. And what was that? 2019, I believe. Yeah, 2019. We do one. And it just kind of goes from there. And Dwayne's left me. We're still friends. He just he's got a motor home and he goes to drag racing, and so motorcycles are not his priority. Still has his, and he still rides from time to time, but he's not traveling, no bike week, anything like that anymore like we used to do. And so we put out I don't know, probably 6 podcasts. And so this is last March at Spring Bike Week. I go to the Vtwin Visionary Show, have my 92 Daytona Lowrider, put it in the show because the parking's great. It was not going to win a trophy, but you can park up front and be right in the middle of the action. And this big guy walks up to me and he points, he's like, "You Dwayne or Brian?" And I'm like, gosh, I don't know. If I say I'm Dwayne, he punches me. Or if I say I'm Brian, he punches me. So I stuck my hand and I said, "I'm Brian." And he's like, "Well, I'm Brian." And he's like, "I love your podcast." And I'm like, "You listen to it? Did my mother?"
Me and your mother.
You're kidding me. And that's how we met. And I think we followed each other on Instagram. And then I was heading to buy a motorcycle or parts. And he had sent me a message, or I sent him one. I sent him my number. I was like, I can't text back and forth. I said, "Call me." And he did. And we probably at least once a day or every other day are sending a text back and forth. And when Dwayne said he wanted to step away from the podcast, I called up Brian. I was like, "Man, I got a spot for you." And he's actually, and I don't think I've told him this. I'm going to tell it to the public. Since he came on to the podcast, I think we've gotten better because we have the passion for the motorcycle. And I think what we talk about, I want to portray the passion that we both have for it. And I think that comes out in it. And we're doing it for fun. This is not for, I mean, we don't have sponsors. We have cheap mics that don't work, and you have to throw them out in the street and use your computer. I mean, we got stickers. That's about all we have. But Brian joined
T-shirts
up.
coming.
Oh, T-shirts coming. Okay, yeah. And it's grown from there. We are sitting at over 840 something downloads.
Nice.
14 episodes. So, if I'd have started this years ago, maybe we would be at 900. But no, Brian came on. That's how we met. And then we got to hang out again this year for, I don't know, about what, 8 hours, 6 hours.
Yep, down Daytona this year.
And Daytona this year, I had a little issue and wasn't able to ride and wasn't able to be down there for a while. But Brian's come on, and that's how we met, and instant friendship over the motorcycle.
Nice.
And that's, part of it. You get that common ground. You get somebody that, you have great conversation. You can really, jive with essentially. And you talk about something you have a passion for. And, same with, like myself and Brian, when I started mine, it's like, hey, you know what? I want to do something different. We're in the middle of that COVID. It's like, man, I've been around motorcycles my whole life. And it's like, this is something I could talk about with anybody. I mean, which I've done. I mean, how many times you pull up to a gas station, you're getting gas, and whether it's you see somebody else on a bike or someone getting gas in their car, hey, I got this on, and all of a sudden you're there for 5-10 minutes and you just made another friend. And was very similar with this. It's like, man, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I've just kept rolling with it.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, I enjoy it. I listen to a ton of podcasts, motorcycle related, and you can tell the ones that truly love it. I mean, especially yours. I mean, the passion you have riding with your dad, now your son. I mean, I had a great time riding with my uncle, my dad's oldest brother, and we went to many bike weeks and poker runs and back in the day, and had an awesome time. And when I do talk to him, I tell him about places I go. I mean, you put up stuff on Facebook and things like that, but again, I always say it, the motorcycle life is the best life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm the only one in my family that rides a motorcycle. My dad, he had a Moto Guzzi back in the day, but that was just because he didn't have any money. That's all he could buy. So,
Poor guy.
yeah, nobody's into cars. Nobody's into motorcycles. I'm like a only child. I mean, nobody has the same. None of my brothers like motorcycles, and it's crazy.
That's weird. Now, do you enjoy saying get out, pack up your bike, and take off for 2, 3, 4, 5 day adventures and just ride?
Oh yeah, that's the plan. Me and Brian gonna get together this summer and do that. And I got another couple trips planned. Going to go to the Blue Ridge Parkway down in North Carolina with a friend. So yeah, the 2-3 day trips is my favorite trips because I can't get away too long. But 2-3 days is the perfect road trip for me.
So what's one of your favorite spots you like to go ride up in your neck of the woods?
I'd say up near Mount Washington. So they got these roads around Mount Washington that they close during the winter, but they only open them up in the summertime. Bear Notch Road, and you just rip up and down those roads, and you climb Mount Washington, and you go up elevations, and the views are great. And those roads just don't get old. Like I'll be talking with my buddy, and we'll say, "Where are we gonna go? Let's go up the mountains." It probably takes us 2.5 hours to get up there, cruise around, and it just doesn't get old. I love it.
What do you currently ride, Brian?
I got a 99 Ultra right now.
Nice.
Yeah, and but those roads, I got an FXR too, so I take the FXR those roads so we can ride recklessly.
With legend suspension.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but
So what all have you done to your Ultra?
So I've had the Ultra probably maybe 6 months by now. I've done a bunch. So I changed out the bars, new exhaust, different exhaust, just pretty much the bolt-ons for right now.
Right.
Nothing in the motor. It runs fine. So.
Yeah, and you're an expert on the EFI too, aren't you?
Yeah, the Magnum Morelli system. Yeah, it's what a pain in the butt that was.
Yeah.
I watched probably 500 videos of recalibrating it, and I actually recalibrated it, and because ever since I bought that bike, the guy was like, "You just got to turn the idle up when you first start it." And after looking, I'm like, "It's not a carburetor. I can't just turn the friggin' idle up."
You have to take it do that.
Yeah, so after recalibrating the Magnum Morelli, it actually, I started up for the first time, the RPMs rose up, and I was like, I did something right. Let's go fucking ride.
Well,
That's
I
awesome.
stared away from the 2000s that I was looking at. It's just, I'm like, you know what? If I buy them and they were actually on the higher end, I'm like, there's always something in the back of my head knowing there's going to be an issue with it.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, you gotta.
Yeah, and my Ultra's got 96,000 miles on it right now. So
yeah, and that bike does not live 96,000 miles.
No, I know a guy that cleans it pretty well.
Yeah,
That's the nice part about having a touring bike is you put the miles don't represent the wear on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So that'd be what, one of the first the twin cams?
Yeah, 99. I think. Yeah, that was the first year of the twin cam for the Fat Boy. I don't know about the touring bikes though. I don't know if I think 99 was the first year.
I think so.
Yeah.
Dinah's had them first.
Yeah, I thought the Fat Boy did.
Was it? I was thinking it was the Dinah's.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I had a 2000 FXDX, and that was the first twin cam that I was thinking. And there was. You might be right. Golly, it's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember that far back.
So what do you guys got planned that's coming up soon for you guys for your channel or any trips or whatnot you got coming up in the near future?
Yeah, we got Laconia coming up.
Laconia is in June, so I'll be up there in New Hampshire with Brian for I don't know about 6-7 days. It's a 1,000-mile ride for me. So day and a half roughly, just depends on the weather. And then we're going to do everything there we can and then head back to Myrtle Beach Bike Week. That's here in South Carolina, which is not a huge rally. It's more of a regional rally. So I'm heading down there. I think we head out the 17th. So it's only 250-mile one-way ride. We take about every 2-lane road to get there. Hardly hit the highway. There's a Buc-ee's on the way.
Nice.
It opens up.
Buc-ee's.
So Moto Quasi said Fat Boy was 2,000 for the twin cam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and maybe I want to say that maybe the police bikes and all had them because that's got that different charging system on it too, just for the police bike.
That's what I heard. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard too. And they had different tires. They were Dunlop made them a special tire for the bikes.
Yeah, and they always say the engine's different too. They always call it the police, at least the 103, the guys that we have here.
Yeah, the Pursuit package or something. Yeah, that thing's not any faster than that thing's slow as molasses, anyways.
That's still a Harley.
Yeah,
it ain't going any faster.
They put a package name on it, but it's basically essentially a bone stock 103.
Yeah.
I mean, according to Erlacher, which I watch him his, he's like, it's just a bone stock 103. There ain't nothing special about him.
No. So what about you, Brian, New Jersey? You ever come up to Laconia? You're pretty close.
I've not.
No.
Real?
No, I Denver was talking about going next year, so I may come up.
Oh, for the 100th year. Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be awesome if I could make that. That'd be super cool, but that's a long ways across the country. But that would be one epic adventure and one, just to be there and see, the for the 100th anniversary when, it's the oldest motorcycle rally we got in the country.
Yeah.
Aren't y'all going to meet up and buy new bikes at a guy on
Nick, the Harley guy. Yeah, we're talking about.
You're going to buy new bikes and then you're going to take off to Laconia.
We gotta get that sponsorship to drop before maybe we do that. We'll see.
The motor company sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm still waiting for the call. They have my number. They keep calling me. They keep emailing me about new bikes, but they don't call me about a new bike. So
it would be super cool to buy a new bike from him, though. That'd be a lot of fun. Fly out there, pick one up. Guy's super cool.
Yeah, he is pretty cool. I watch it. Was it TikTok?
Yeah. Oh, his TikTok is freaking comical.
dude, it's funny as hell.
Yeah, that is pretty fun. And a lot of the things he says on there, I've worked at 2 dealerships, and the whole CVO parking and all that. Wasn't that the one he did about the valet parking and
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's in your contract. If you have a CVO, you have to use the word CVO in every other sentence.
CVO.
You know, it's raining today, but I do have a CVO.
And that's special clothing. And, you know, it's a whole next level of living when you're a CVO guy.
No
I'm
CVO.
an ex-CVO guy. As of tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I will be an ex-CVO guy.
So what are you getting? What are you replacing it with?
I'll release it here. I bought a 2006 Road Glide.
Nice.
So I went back, but I buy a lot of bikes. So hopefully Laconia, I'll have this one, and by Sturgis, I'll have something different.
Shark Nation. Nice.
What's the actual color of that Road Glide, Brian?
Yellow pearl.
Yellow pearl.
Yellow pearl. And they don't have the paint anymore. I've already contacted the guy to do the interfering, and he's like, I don't paint those anymore. I don't paint that. So probably gonna have to go with vivid black, which would be fine.
If you look at Advanblack, though, they might have it. You might be able to get a fairing for it.
I was looking the other night, and they don't have the fairings for the older models.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But I've already got bags off of a 2020 if I want to switch those over, and I have a tour box off of 2018.
Nice.
That's good. That might be a little too much yellow.
Yeah, probably.
A little nuclear banana yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice, clean 15,000 mile bike.
Oh, damn. That's
awesome.
awesome.
There's a couple of things done to it, but I mean, you know, when you go look, as many bikes as I buy, when I pull up, the first thing I do is start looking at, you know, where the rust is. You know, because somebody may have left their bike out and, you know, they're ready to sell it. And this one, all of the bolts are pristine. It's amazing. I was laying down on the ground. Guy's like, what you looking for? And I'm like, rust. He's like, be honest with you, I've put 500 miles on it since I bought it a year ago, 12 months or 10 months ago, I think he said. And I mean, you can tell somebody had it, babied it, put a few little things on it. He ended up with it, and he's getting out. So
nice.
Yeah, I go get rid of the Road King in the morning with all the paperwork, and then I'll be there that afternoon picking up the Road Glide.
Man, it sounds like you got a steal on that one.
Well, on our last podcast, me and Brian talk about the used bike prices on Marketplace and Craigslist are
insane.
Ridiculous.
A lot of them are.
The 2000 Screaming Eagle that I was looking at has 12,000 miles on it, and the guy's at 13.5 and won't budge a minute. And the other one I looked at, and that the first one is the black, orange, and white. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was a triple red. Okay. So I found a triple red one and talked to that guy. And the only thing iffy on that is it has 10,000 miles, and he's only probably put 100 miles on it the past 10 years. It's been sitting.
Why do people buy them and do that? Why do they? It's like torturing the bike, not letting it live.
People
I thought only CVO riders did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of low mileage Harleys out there.
Oh no. People would come in and trade bikes they bought the previous year with 1,000 miles on them. Never had the first service done, and buy another one to ride, to put in a trailer and haul a bike week or come over bike night.
I bought a 2014, my current bike 3 years ago, had 15,000, not even 15,000 miles on it. I'm like, why would you buy a touring bike and you didn't ride it? Like, it's silly. There's no shortage of them, though.
But, you know, a lot of times you get in the frenzy with your buddies. You know, one buddy gets rid of the boat and he buys a motorcycle, and then all of his boat buddies. And I've seen it. We worked at the dealership. One guy comes in and he starts bringing his friends. And they sell the boats. They get motorcycles, and they come hang out, and hell yeah, brother, at bike night, and they load up and trailer them down to Daytona and ride around there, and hell yeah, brother. And then next summer they're like, yeah, wife wants another boat. Literally, I have seen it. God, and what's fun, I try to keep in contact with those guys and buy their bikes, and I have. I've probably bought 5 or 6 bikes here in the past year that guys I used to ride with, and they're over it. One guy's, oh, we're camping, and the kids are in t-ball, and I've got a whole closet full of helmets, gloves, jackets. I end up, I call people. I was like, hey, can you wear a medium jacket? Because I have 3 Harley medium jackets, so. And
they can wear a medium. Come on.
I don't. That's the problem.
A schmedium.
Maybe Moto Noggin can. Maybe we can get Moto Noggin a Harley jacket.
Yeah, he'd probably fit. He's a small guy.
Yeah.
Give it to Meg.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny.
And helmets. I mean, who wants a used helmet? That's 10 years old. I mean,
I live in New Hampshire. Live free or die. We don't wear helmets up here.
Yeah.
But I do.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, again, I'll always stand up for freedom of choice, but I wear a helmet, and if you don't, fine, we're still friends.
Yeah, everybody's personal preference. It is what it is. We all come from different countries, different states with different helmet laws, and some people they've just done it forever without riding one, and some people have.
Did you see the comments? What kind of HD guy wears a medium? That's exactly what I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna throw Moto Noggin under the bus.
None that I know.
Yeah, none that I want to hang out with.
Yeah. Hang out with a schmedium guy.
I wear a schmedium.
I mean, that's. Yeah, I always wonder. I'm like, you paid a lot of money and a lot of insurance and taxes, and you never went anywhere. You just you got that feeling that day.
It surprises me that how much that owning a Harley is in our culture. Like, there's people that want to own that because it's like owning a single family home or owning a Corvette or whatever. Yeah. And they don't. I know. I've had friends. It's like, yeah, I got a Harley. Do you ride it? No, but I got a Harley. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And the
yeah, and it amazes me what people will do to say they own a brand.
Well, that's funny. I got a shovel head that I still have in my basement, but I delivered to a place where this lady had a Harley. She used to wear Harley shirts all the time, and one day I just asked her, I said, "What do you got for a bike?" Thinking she's gonna say a Sportster or something. She said, "I got a Super Glide, old FXE shovel head." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And it's like, if you ever want to sell it, just let me know. So, every year I'd ask her every 6 months. And one of the answers she told me, she's like, I want to sell it. I need the money, but I like saying I have a Harley-Davidson. I'm like, tell me you have a Harley-Davidson.
There was an article, or not an article, I think it was Professional Monkey was saying that there's BMW and Harley-Davidson, they'll finance anybody because they know that once you tell people you have it, you never want to be the guy that lost it. Or the girl that lost it. Yeah. And it's amazing what people will do to just say they have a brand. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, I couldn't believe she wouldn't sell it because she wanted to say she had a Harley. It didn't run. It didn't run. She never rode it. She was never ever going to ride it. But she finally did sell it to me, by the way. But
so that's the bike you did buy.
Yeah, that's the bike that's my shovel I have now. Yep.
Okay.
It is sad if some of those people would just get out and really enjoy it and experience what it's like to ride it.
Oh man,
they'd probably never sell it because this is what it's all about.
Yeah, we don't want them
to
get
out
of
some of those back roads, but each to their own.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I mean, you see them, and you're talking about that Harley will finance anybody. The shop that I stop in a lot, I talk to the finance guy. We're good friends, and I was like, "So how's finance?" And he's like, "Selling them every day." And I was like, "Yeah, the guy that probably pays more on his motorcycle payment than his mortgage." He's like, "Every single day."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, $600 payment." He goes, "I've seen 900s."
Wow,
Jesus!
Wow.
Yeah. Must be a short finance, but holy crap!
That's that $65,000 CVO that I saw the other day.
No, I've talked to sales guys, and they're saying that they're dealing with people getting 25% financing, and they're buying bikes all day long.
Yeah, when I bought my night train, I bought it. I don't know how long I paid for that thing. I feel like I had payments for 8 years on that thing. I just signed what they told me to. I wanted that bike so bad. I didn't care about any of that.
Well,
stuff.
the prices that they're going for, they're going to be at 9-year financing pretty soon.
Yeah, well, that bike was 16 grand, brand new. I remember that. So I probably paid 25.
These 45 and 50 plus $1,000 CVOs is it's like I'd like to upgrade and get a newer truck, and it's like I didn't want to spend that much. And you see people pulling the trigger on pulling the trigger on bikes. That price is like, dear God, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, I mean, I sent Brian one the other day. It was a dealership that posted on Marketplace, CVO Ultra, 65 grand.
Jesus,
65 grand. I was like, somebody out there is going to buy it. Not this guy, but
that is an insane markup. I think on Harley's website, they're like 45, 46 MSRP.
Ones with the paint, they have the paint premium, so they add $3 grand. So they're a little less. They're like
you throw RDS is standard, right? So, but still, yeah. The markup's ridiculous. And then they give you the old spiel of like, oh, but the market's so hot. Okay, but it's still here.
Yeah, right. You haven't sold it.
You haven't sold it yet. So I don't know how hot the market is, but
am I first in line or am I last in line?
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own. I mean, me personally, Brian, the same way. Used bikes, again, there's so many good used motorcycles. Somebody spent a lot of money that and you have to go out there and peck around and find them, but they can be bought and you can have fun. And you pretty much just have to put gas in it and go, a little bit of maintenance. And, if you're tired of it and you want something different, and that's me, I'll sell it before the end of the season. Then I'll pick up something in the winter and, the 3 weeks of winter we have here and go on about my business.
Well, a lot of you're buying something, if you're keeping it short term, especially, you look at Harley in the market and the prices of used bikes. You take care of it. Say you buy something used, you clean it up a little bit more than it was, put a few things in it, and you're about guaranteed to make your money back and possibly a little more, just depending on the market in your area.
Yeah, sure. Brian does it, and I do too. I've been buying and selling bikes 20 years. I figured it out. Like I said, I ordered my first motorcycle in 97, my first Harley. I didn't get it until 99. Oof. I didn't have it but 4 months and sold it and made almost $3,000. And then it was a Sportster, and I bought a Vtwin. And even I think I had 50-something thousand miles on my 2000 FXDX, and I sold it. And then that got me into another bike and rode it, sold it, got to another bike, and then I bought two and just on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's crazy what the market is right now, though. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. And I used to buy Chevrolet trucks, old body style. You can nowhere close to one. It's just it's going crazy. So I don't even look at them anymore. It's not worth it. I'll just keep the old 32-year-old Chevrolet truck I got now.
It was silly seeing that my personal bike going for like $5 grand more 3 years later. It's like, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
And people are spending the money like it's free. It's like, oh, good luck.
There must be a funnel of money popping out somewhere. I'd like to find it, but and it'll come back around.
Once the market crashes, they'll be all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's when we're gonna buy them all up.
Yeah,
That's when Denver's getting a CVO.
Oh,
I don't know. You never, hey, for the right deal, you never know.
I don't
see that happening anytime soon. I guarantee that.
Denver's going to go from like an older Road Glide to like 131, with a turbo. He's going to go all out.
I'm going to go full sets or pendants on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
What does he have?
196 horse, whatever it takes.
Oh yeah, he's got that new Road Glide with a stage 4 131.
Really?
Yeah.
I've ridden a 131. There's a bunch there, a whole lot there.
Yeah.
There's like scary fast. There's a bunch.
It's
there.
kind of weird though, because I really thought that was going to be the CVO engine, and it's not, and it makes me wonder, like, what's going on that they're not pushing that.
Hey, Brad, I got to shop my wife's watch, so we got to get a new camp trailer. Then I get a bike.
Okay. Camp
trailer first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, Amy, we're willing to send you like 5 more chickens to just let Denver get a bike.
Yeah. Will there be a chicken night show?
I don't know if there'll be a chicken popping up tonight. It's hard to tell.
Okay. The night is young.
Yeah.
You don't need a new trailer. Hotels are the new camping.
No, Airbnb.
I mean,
no
some
way.
of those are nice, but there's some places. I mean, actually on the coast where we love to go camp out at like Claylock. I mean, you're right on a sandy beach where you can walk 15, 20 miles north, or you can go 15, 20 miles south. It's an absolutely beautiful area. There's some places. I mean, our family enjoys go camping a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. On the Upshift podcast, no one camps.
Yeah, I mean, my wife won't stay at a hotel below 7 stars on or 7 rating of 7 on hotel.com. So yeah, we don't camp.
Yeah, the Ritz. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, valet parking for your Harley is nice at the Ritz. You know,
I've never experienced that. So
well, you hang out in the lobby with all the CVO guys, so it's cool. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, most of the time they open the doors, you just ride right in.
You ride right in. You have a CVO, you just ride right in the lobby. I've seen Nick's videos.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I heard a guy say this the other day. I have a Sevo.
Dallas. Oh, Dallas got jokes.
It's true. Amy does wear the pants of the family.
Someone has to.
Glamping is where it's at. There you go, Dave.
Yeah.
Glamping all day long.
No, I've had good luck with Airbnb. That's pretty much what we've been doing on all of our trips. Airbnb in Sturgis, Daytona. I'm doing it in Laconia, Panama City. Just about every rally. The rally we went to in Kentucky, Airbnb.
Yeah, I'm doing a VRBO when I go over to Sturgis for the Hoka. Actually, my wife found it online at the place has cabins. No name luxury city and RV park. I think they have.
She found it because she wears the pants in the cabins.
I know. Once she realized saw this cabin and there's a bar and grill, everything in the campground, she's like, I think I kind of want to go.
Is she taking a chicken with her?
No, sorry, I'm not going to allow chickens on the tour, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no chicken claws on the motorcycle.
Okay, just fried chicken.
Well, yeah. Yeah. You pick it up on the way there and eat it when you get there.
Well, Brian, what about you? You going to Sturgis this year?
Nope. Yeah.
You should.
Now.
Okay.
Maybe eventually.
Okay.
No, this year's not going to happen. I'm going to Ocean City, Maryland, hopefully this year. That's the plan.
Okay.
For bike night, I'm going to hang out with Beggars and Brews. But no, I'd like to go to Sturgis. I had an invite to go. Was it last year? I had a free place to stay, but it was like 4 weeks before they were, Sturgis. So I was like, come on, I can't plan that quick. I'd eventually like to go. I'm kind of like Denver though. I'd like to go to Sturgis when Sturgis isn't Sturgis, if that makes sense. I'm not a big crowd person. I'd like to go and ride. I don't want to go and just drink beer and talk about my motorcycle. I could do that at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
My time is, well, at least now with having my son part, every other weekend.
Yeah.
When I ride, I want to ride. I don't want to sit around and hang out. I want to put some miles down. So,
yeah.
Oh, Lake George is coming up. Lake George is a nice area.
I was Lake George in 2004. It's been a while since I've been up that way, but yeah, we did. Was it an Americade? Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah, we were Lake George 2 years ago. We did a 13-day run and we were up through Lake George. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
it's nice up there.
Yep, did that, and then we did the Laconia trip, the New England, and the Canadian trip.
Yeah, the Americade's it's the week before Laconia all the time, so it's
we get like the last day or something of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of felt out of place when I parked in a bunch of gold wings, but
well, they need love too.
Yeah,
but if you park your Harley next to them, they're gonna think they're cool. So it's okay.
Hey, I would have one. If money was no object, I would have a gold wing.
They'll make fun of you because you didn't put it in reverse and go into your parking spot.
I know, yeah, and I didn't wear. They wear really bright clothing, and they match.
Well, they gotta be.
Hey, but you and Big Smitty can be best friends.
I do like them though. I mean,
Hey, it is a tried and true bike. I mean, honestly, with the gold wings, I mean, those things go and go and go.
If I get a wing, I'm getting a DCT just to upset people.
And they make the sporty one without the box on the back.
Yeah, they started doing that a few years back, and actually, some of them I've seen a couple that some guys have put some money into, and they're actually pretty freaking sharp.
Yeah, there was a stereo competition it was Myrtle Beach, and a couple gold wings were in there, chromed out wheels, 21s on them, tricked out light stereo. Yeah, I was thinking, wow, they're pretty expensive bikes to begin with, and then throw all that on it. They were way north of the Sevo money, we'll say.
Yeah, but come on, the Shade Tree Surgeon, he's got that whole Honda Goldwing. He picks up a lot of chicks. Come on, with that old thing.
Yeah, I've seen some of those chicks. No, thank you. I'll stick on my Harley.
Come on.
Would you?
Don't be scared of a tattooed chick.
Why don't we do that? Well, I thought about this week. Let's get on Greyhound, find a used bike down in Florida because there's millions of them, and ride them back home.
Yeah.
Video that. Which I don't run a video camera, so
I got a GoPro
on my phone. I have 3 GoPros.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know how to watch. I have tons of video. I just don't know how to edit it and put it together. It's a lot of work. It's going to cut into riding and playing. So
yeah.
Yep.
we have to find, if you're out there, somebody. The Upshift podcast needs an IT guy,
Camera guy.
Somebody.
I don't think that's in the budget yet. Come on, Jesus.
Oh, we'll send him a bad check.
All right.
Check's in the mail. How many times you ever heard that?
Yeah, you can go play basketball with it.
Yeah.
And I've watched some channels and some videos and people talk about how when they do a video.
Dallas, you should video the bus station.
That's where the fun is.
I mean, Brian,
Dallas spends a lot of time at the bus station.
Yeah. How many hours do you have in one of your videos? Editing and putting it all together.
It depends. Some of them are a lot. Some of them aren't. It really depends. I've against, I guess, what you should do. I've tried to not rush it, but I've tried to cut it down because I feel like your return isn't there. I mean, there's certain things you want to put a lot of work into, but I think certain things but it's a lot of work. It's time suck, especially once you start doing keywording and stuff. It's a lot.
Yeah. I think it's over my head, and it'll just cut into ride motorcycles and and you get a lot of people and I get it. They want to videotape every time they ride. They want to make a video. I'm like, man, I want to just ride. I just don't care. Throw on the music and go. And that's, I plan to ride, but majority of the time I've come home, now that the weather's, broke here. It has been for a while, but, we still have a lot of daylight. I'll come home from work, pulled up, hit the garage, and just walked straight in, jumped on a bike, and, was gone until 10 o'clock.
And that's how it should be. I think once you lose that, it's not worth doing. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And we do plan rides. We plan the trip to Sturgis. We plan Daytona. You got to plan all that out. But I think for me, I know Brian can speak for this too. I have way more fun when I just jump on it and go and then end up somewhere.
I took my son out yesterday for his first ride ever on a motorcycle, and I threw my 360 up there. I hit record, and I was like, I'm done. I'm checking it. This isn't a YouTube event. This is for me. I wanted the video to send his mom, send my parents, that kind of stuff. But, I think, unfortunately, a lot of people are trying to live their life through YouTube, and it takes away from it.
Oh, yeah.
Same reason I don't really wash my bike that often, right? If I can be washing, I can be riding. So,
no.
I think last time my bike was detailed was last year. It's still got some chrome stuff laying on it, but whatever. I'll wash it. It'll be fine.
You bought it to ride, not to wash. I get it. Yeah. That should be a patch. Let's make that patch.
I washed mine like 3 weeks ago before I went for a ride.
Well, you can't be seen out in public. I mean, you're a public figure. You can't be riding a dirty motorcycle.
Well, part of me wants to show up at bike night tonight with a green bike with the pollen, but I figured, they might throw me out.
See, that was mine. I mean, it was dusty, but yeah, the pollen is right now, especially when you got that vivid black. But Actually, Moto Quasi here. I ride with a modular, and I really do like it. What about you, Bri?
Which one?
You, Bri from New Jersey.
I ride
Jersey boy.
I rock a Shoei 1200 and an RF SF. So I do not rock modular helmets. I did have a Schuberth. I loved it. It didn't fit that well. So I just went to a standard one-piece helmet.
Yeah. Okay. I got a Biltwell lane splitter helmet that I wear all the time.
Nice.
But I want to get a module. Those Simpsons look pretty cool. So
yeah, if you can find them. I'm
yeah.
Like on my third Bell SRT modular. Best helmet, and I've had, like I said, I got a closet full. And
you got a closet full of a lot of things, huh?
I got a closet full of a bunch of stuff.
But I don't know if I want to come down there.
Yeah, you might get scared.
Medium, come on.
Yeah, come down and try to get in that schmedium coat. It's all yours.
Gotta get a schmedium.
Yeah. To me, the modular is the best, and I wear comms in it, so I don't even, when I do have a bike with a radio, I never turn it on. Even when I had my 2 M8 with the big screen, they were on, but I was listening, to a podcast or music through the phone and through my headset. So,
what comm do you run?
Lexan.
Okay.
I was a Senna guy for years and years and years and years, and had quite a few of them. Had one, and literally 10 days after the 2-year warranty went out, it quit. So I called them. I said, when's the warranty? I actually had the receipt, and they ended up saying, you know what, you're so close, we'll just send you one out. Well, in the meantime, and that took like 2 months during that email, and they wanted, and of course I had asked some boss, and I had bought the Lexan FP4?
Oh, the FT4.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had that one, and then within not quite a year, the 16 came out.
Yeah, the G16.
G16.
Yep.
And
Yeah, now they got a new one.
Oh, really?
dropped yet?
I think so. Because I have the Lexan FT4 Pros.
Okay.
Fancy.
And they are
They are good.
Hands down. The battery life, the volume. I don't like to take phone calls when I'm riding, but of course people do call, and I have talked to people for 30 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm about to get off my exit. And they're like, where are you at? I was like, I'm on my bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even know.
I've called some people, said, no way. It is absolutely crystal clear. So, dude, I'm cruising down the freeway at fucking 70.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I'm trying to still learn the functions and all that. I gave my girlfriend my other one. And so when we ride together, we can talk back and forth and all that. Cause she's a fairly new rider. She's had her bike 2 or 3 years.
I guess, right now they only got the new G16 on the website.
But I did see something a while back that looks like they were going to.
Yeah, there's a new one coming, I believe. I've seen some stuff about it too.
Yeah, hands down. But to me, they are the best.
Well, they're too busy putting out that new little hand pump, the air pump, that little smart pump. You see that?
I looked this weekend and it was sold out.
Yeah, I can't get one either. They're sold out fast.
Yep.
Actually, now Crash Inc. is now a Lexan dealer. So, which is here in Brad's out of Oregon, so they're now selling Lexans through Crash Inc. too.
48 minutes in, here it comes.
What is it?
No, it's not, but it is out on loan. Somebody's trying it out, so we can't plug that wild ass that I would be sitting on, but
I do have one.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, there it comes.
No.
Here comes the ad read. Hold still.
No, not today. Sorry, boys.
Wild ass, yeah, hands down. I like them too.
What do you got in that mason job, Rye?
The hell? He just checked out.
It's gone.
Amy, is Denver okay? Maybe one of the chickens got him.
I was about to say maybe he went to get a chicken. Who knows?
Things happen.
Yeah.
Hey, when in doubt, you need that
Pull it
company.
out.
Get you a wild ass. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I second that. And they don't sponsor the Upshift, but I have one.
Tell you what, I put some miles in without one, and my son's like, "Hey, how's that seat?" He kept calling me on the phone, asking questions about it, and I'm like, "It's great." And about 100 miles in, I'm like, "Fuck, I wish I had my wild ass."
Never leave home without it. That's their new slogan.
Yeah, you shouldn't have left home without the wild ass. Come on, Denver.
I know, but hey, you had to just check everything out.
No, they're good. Good quality. I've had mine. Where did I buy it? I bought it in Sturgis in 17.
So you probably bought it from Craig.
Yeah, in 2017. I was like, you know what? I'm going to need something going back home because that was a long way out here. And I just happened to walk up, and they were within, I don't know, 10 feet of the front door of the Harley shop there in Rapid, and started looking at it and sat on it, and I'm like,
What happened at Black Hills Harley-Davidson?
Yeah, Black Hills Harley-Davidson, where there are more black street glides in the parking lot than there are anywhere in the world.
That's sad.
It's called the Me Too bike.
Yep. Yeah, that's wild when you pull up there, and if you don't know where you're parking, yeah, you're in trouble. Because I've seen people out there, they had to leave their bike because it's getting, towards the end of the day and they're about to close, and there's bikes sitting way, 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 way out in the parking lot. And I'm like, I know that they've been here a while looking for their bike in the parking lot. If not, they would have pulled all the way up front.
Wandering around.
Yeah. Y'all need to come out to Sturgis with us. We should do a big ride.
That would be fun. It would be. I know. Of course, I'm going to be out there in the off season, but it's like Brian said, it's going to be cool being out there.
Oh yeah,
and go see a lot of the stuff when you're not there with 500,000 other people. That's going to be the cool part. You go check out Rushmore, the Needles Highway, and Deadwood, and see some other stuff. But you don't have that mass crowding during the
so that'll be
of Sturgis.
When you go the first time. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, my first time was in a truck, so I went through there about 4 weeks after Sturgis in a truck, and it was still cool. I wish I was on my bike. But we had a bike. We had a bike in the back of the truck, but it wasn't the same.
But spirit was there,
Exactly. Yeah, we went from New Hampshire to Montana to pick up a road glide for my friend. It was an 06 road glide. It's a pretty cool bike.
Wow.
So
nice.
Yep.
What year was that?
A ride.
It took us 2.5 days to get out there.
Oh, so you just drove straight.
Well, no, we stopped. We stopped in Chicago, and then so from Chicago we made it all the way there. I think so. We did a lot of driving. It took us about. I think we were gone a week. So, yeah.
What part of Montana did you get it in?
What was that?
Ooh, what part of Montana was that? Oh, it was almost in Idaho. It was down low. I can't think of the name of the town. It begins with an S.
Spearfit? No, that's.
It was almost in Idaho, so we went all the way across Montana to get to it. But it was great. I'd never been out west, and neither had my buddy, and everything we saw was for the first time. It was great.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Mount Rushmore. Like we were two Chinese tourists taking pictures everywhere, and it was great. But we did that last summer. We still talk about it today. It was the best trip we ever took. We weren't even on our motorcycles.
Yeah.
So you got a little town called Sula.
That sounds familiar.
Sula and Stevensville, right down along the Idaho
Stevensville,
border.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just outside of you, head south out of Missoula.
Yeah. Oh, Missoula. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you still have the road glide.
Yeah, you still got the road glide. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It must be a special one to go all the way to Montana.
Yeah. Well, his garage is like a black hole. No bikes really leave there that much. He's got a bunch of bikes.
Okay.
Actually, I got my FXR
Nice.
from him. So.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with a bunch of bikes.
No, he's got old cool panhead shovels, and now he's got the road glide. And he doesn't ride any of them else because he loves the road glide.
Yeah, honest. Once you go Shark Nation, it's tough to do anything else.
Yeah, he loves
Yeah,
it.
very true.
It is, and I've had a bunch of them, and I think hands down, even the older style. In the new, when they come out with the new one, it's more sleek. It's pretty cool. I had a 20, loved it, put 18,000 miles on it, rode it Sturgis, and it's just, to me, that's my favorite touring bike.
Yeah, I've never had a road glide. I got to get one.
I'll let you ride one. I'm getting one.
Yeah, well, once you do it, you're going to be hooked.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you may have to pry that one from me.
I'm sure you can find another one soon to replace it.
Oh yeah.
Although I've actually found you one, Brian, and when we get off here tonight, I'll send it to you.
All right, I'm gonna go get it.
And it's close by me. Maybe I'll buy it for you.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, your birthday's
Hey,
coming up. Yeah.
You can find one close to you for me. I'll come out and get it. You want to buy it? Shit. I'm
Get
game.
Get a free medium vest with it too.
You sure? It's a jacket.
Medium.
Medium.
Jacket. Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to have some write-offs for the Upshift podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Got to start the hole.
Yep. Not like a new company in debt.
Das Solo wants to trade his road glide into a street glide? Come on.
Really?
Nobody goes that way.
Although he has his road glide, he still wants a street glide. Now his road glide is pretty freaking nice. He's got a pretty set up. I will say that. We met up last weekend. It was
What have you done to yours, Denver? You got cams and all that in it?
Yeah, cams, slip-ons, intake, and the 95.
Okay, so you got 95. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the gear-driven 252 cams in it.
Okay.
So no, it's it was done. I mean, not overboard to go power-wise, but just give you a little bit more oomph and still comfortable, and you're really not going to take away in my mind, the longevity. I mean, you get a little bit more performance, but you still get the not quite a stock bike, but you take care of it. It's going to take care of you.
Yeah. You still got the 5-speed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was looking at the 6-speed for those and the call.
The 6-speed, but you look at the final drive and it's almost identical as a 5-speed.
Yeah. I was reading some stuff last night on it, and I was like, man, you're looking at $3,000, I think. And then that's just buying it. That's no labor. To put a 6-speed and this new bike I just bought, and I'm like, I'll put up with the 5-speed, and maybe I'll hopefully to have something different by Sturgis with at least a 6-speed hitting. So we're going to be on the road, it's 3 days. Well, I don't know. We're going to try to do it in a day from Chicago, Brian.
I think we can. I think it's I did it in a truck, so I don't know if we can do it on the bikes. It might have to be a 2-day event.
Yeah.
So, 2 days from Chicago. We don't want to push it. We're in no rush.
Yeah. But you just take the time and have a good time.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, well, that is the ultimate. But yeah, talking about somebody put up a comment about being there and riding the roads by yourself, and yeah. But and I've talked to people that have been out there, a month for Sturgis, and they're like, there's bikes out there pretty much when the weather breaks, all the way till what I think in either 19 or 20, it snowed 2 weeks after Sturgis after we left. So the weather is a little iffy out there, and it snowed last week out there.
Yeah, you can get hail. You can get all sorts of weather out there.
Oh yeah,
we had that here in Washington like a week ago. I mean, on like a Saturday it was 60. Sunday it fucking snowed. Like on the 15th of April. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, sounds like over here.
Yeah, this has been a messed up year of Mother Nature's bipolarness.
Yeah. She got COVID, so she's pissed.
Yeah, she's got something going on, that's for sure.
You just said a trigger word. They're probably going to toss us off here in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, once Elon buys YouTube, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
What if he bought Harley-Davidson and they went all electric?
Can you imagine? I think the meltdown alone from that would be epic.
Oh. Just that somebody even brought it up somewhere in the world of the wild internet.
Yeah, there's videos of guys that are like, this new Livewire, when it came out, I mean, they were like, I'm going to burn. I think this guy did it for views, of course. He threw all of his Harley shirts and lit them on fire, and he was totally never ride another Harley, and I'm sure he made money on it.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I don't know. You got to ride one. It's an amazing bike. It may not be for everybody, but it's an amazing bike.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think just right. I mean, not everybody wants a Harley. I mean, you want to go get a Honda, you want a Victory, whatever you want. Is if you enjoy riding, it's not all about the brand you ride. But hey, you know what? If you enjoy riding, then that's what it is. We all understand that feeling we get from enjoying the wind and just enjoying life on two wheels.
Yeah, and I think that's what, you know, a lot of people that get Harleys, you know, they're down their nose at another brand. I don't. Yeah, we make fun of them, but you know, I started out on a Honda. I still have my Honda. Brian likes Hondas.
Yeah, the older Hondas.
That was my first street bike, Honda Sabre.
Yeah, I mean they're. If you're out there, knees in the breeze, the old saying, and riding, having a good time, enjoying what you're doing, I'm all for it. I mean, I just have to do it on.
Unless it's a sports dress.
What's that?
Brian likes the Sportsters.
I love the Sportsters. I have a soft spot in my heart for them.
There you go.
I love them. That was my first bike, my first Harley, and they're just so cool. And you know, they're the neglected motorcycle of Harley-Davidson. And I've said this on our podcast. Every time I go and look at a bike, if it's neglected, I end up buying it. I just can't bear to see it sitting outside or under a tarp or not being ridden. And you know, so anybody out there that has an old Harley that you're thinking about, you know, getting rid of, reach out.
You're like a girl walking into a dog shelter. You just can't leave without them.
Just can't leave.
He's got a Sportster rescue.
Can't do it. I can't do it. I just, you know, they need to be ridden. There's an old bike club here in town, and they're like, "Don't hide them, ride them." That is their motto, and I mean, it's not a rule that they have, but at their meeting, I think it was this morning, at a local breakfast joint, they just have a bike show in the parking lot, and they eat. They have their little meeting for 10 minutes, you know, about what event's coming up next, and they're like, "Okay, now we're going to ride," and that's what they do at all their meetings. It's a 10-minute meeting. They eat, have a little bike show, and they take off and they go ride. And of course, there's always a truck following them because they're on shovel heads and old pan heads. And I think they'll let an Evo sneak in every now and then. You know, something. There's always a guy in a truck because parts fall off of those old bikes. Brian's got a part that he's hidden at a gas station out behind the trash can.
Yeah, out behind the car wash.
Yeah. Did you ever go get it?
Nope. No, that's back in Massachusetts. I don't even know. Yeah. Someone will find that belt guard, and they won't know what it is, but they're gonna find it.
That is the speaking of belt guards, I bought another FXR chrome belt guard in the package yesterday at a shop.
Your closet's gonna be full.
Oh god, it's in the kitchen. I mean, if I take a picture of the kitchen of my house, there's a Sportster gas tank. There's a helmet. And the local Harley dealer that's been a dealer since '65 is closing right down the street from me here. So I had to go by there and buy a bunch of shirts and hats and everything that had the name of it because they're changing the name. It'll be shut down for a couple of weeks and open back up. So yeah, it's like a Harley shop there in my den. But you know, nothing wrong with it.
No, nice being a bachelor.
It is. I do have the luxury of a gas tank in the kitchen. It's fun. People come over and they're like, "Why is it there?" I'm like, "Man, because I want it to be there."
Bikes belong in the living room.
They do.
Right.
I can
cold outside. Bring them in.
And open the door to my garage that's heated and cooled and look at all the bikes and all of my stuff. Then I got to go upstairs to the closet for the Schmedium jacket. But I'm going to mail it to you, Brian. We'll find somebody to give it to.
Yeah, my son will fit into it maybe.
Yeah, okay.
When he's 10.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's 7 now, so he's almost there.
Oh yeah, I'll be golden.
Yeah, but you know, but riding, it always comes back to no matter what brand, if you're out having a good time.
Oh yeah,
riding. I mean, that's what it's all about. And
exactly.
It gets, I think it, you know, convoluted. We'll say, you know, with Bike Week, you know, and events that I know me and Brian go to. It's, you know, all about hanging out at the bar or doing this, but you know, in between all of the bike shows and all that, we still ride. Brian laid on a bunch of miles while you were there in Daytona, didn't you?
Yeah, well, as much as I could with the bike giving me problems.
You had some bike
Oh, but-
problems and horrible weather, but
I was a CVO rider in Daytona. I rode an 09 CVO, so
Oof.
yeah,
Did you get
it
the
was-
valet parking?
I did. Man,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
were
had to.
uppity up then.
yeah.
Exactly.
High roller.
His head was this big; he could barely get it through the door every night. When
Yeah.
he,
I mean, my
into
buddy
the-
went to stay at the Motel 6. I had to keep going to the Wyndham. I can't stay there.
Yeah. I'm on a
you're like,
CVO. I can't stay
here.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standards now. I have standards. They don't go that low.
way up here.
Yeah.
Gosh,
He goes to the bar. They got the little roped off section for him. I understand.
Yeah.
that's awful. We're gonna get bashed. I'm sure we're gonna get some hate mail for this, but
That's fine.
Nah, no way.
Better than no mail.
Hey, we've been on
Yeah.
the CVO thing for a while now. It's how it is,
it is. It's so funny. I just, yeah. I was in the club for just a little bit. I enjoyed it while I was in there, but I just didn't fit in. They're like, "Oh, you like Sportsters?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like Sportsters." Get out. You're out. Sell it and get out. So that's what I did. So now I'm back on old 88 twin cam.
They don't even know what a Sportster is. Come on. They got CVOs. They don't look down at Sportsters.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking about Moonshine Tour. What is that going to? Georgia, North Carolina, Texas, on the Moonshine Tour. Oh, okay. They're going to the, I guess, the distilleries. Smoky Mountain Moonshine.
That
No.
could be.
You got moonshine in that mason job, Rye?
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Jealous.
Oh.
Just say.
Oh, corn squeezing.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff will throttle you. I can't handle that anymore. I made the mistake of buying one of those little old it was one of these. This is genuinely an old Smoky. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Mason jar. When it's full of moonshine, I was just drinking it like, this is great. Oh, it wasn't the next day. Let me tell you.
Well,
How bad did you feel?
It was bad.
Was
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I felt like I was wearing a schmedium. It was pretty bad,
Yeah, around your head like tied in knots.
Oh,
Come on, Denver or Dallas. It's not lipstick. It's just it's the juice. Stop.
it's the shine.
Yeah.
Oh, Doc,
Do they
you're
have
down,
shine in
buddy.
New Hampshire, Brian?
What's that?
Do they make shine in New Hampshire?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I have some in my fridge, but I don't know where it came from.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's all they do down here. I mean, they make it in the woods.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they they'll freeze their ass off up here making it in the woods. So
Okay.
Come down here to dark corner and pick you up something. I don't
Well,
think
shit, guys, man.
that would be trafficking. I would go to I
Yeah,
don't
you'd be taking that cross state line, so you've got to do
Yeah.
a bootleggers run. Well, if you're on a CVO, they're not going to think you're.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
Actually, if they stop you, it's because they want to escort you out of town. They don't want anything to happen to you. That ruins their Yelp rating.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's going off the rails there.
Oh, that's good shit. But shit, guys, thanks for coming on and sharing some stories and just talking some bikes and whatnot.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Thank you, Denver.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So
Thanks
actually,
for having
let
us.
everybody know where they can find you guys' channel and what you guys got going.
Yeah, so on Instagram, it's just the Upshift podcast is
Yep.
Brian, and then I am the Upshift podcast _Brian_NH.
Yep.
So
And,
Instagram,
Yep.
shoot us a message. Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram. We every other week putting out a new episode.
Yep.
Reach out to us if there's something you want us to talk about. Some kind of ride. Ask us if we've done it, or heck, we'll go do it and tell you about it. And we are, all your podcast platforms. We're on all of them. Anchor, and then Apple Podcast.
Yeah, Spotify. All of them.
Yeah, we're on all of them.
Spotify, Breaker, Pocket. Yeah, there's so many of them.
Yeah, this.
One day I looked at that distribution, I'm like, holy shit, I've never heard of half these.
Oh yeah, there's a million apps, but yeah, we're
There
on
is.
all of them. But yeah, we have a good time, man. Thanks for bringing us on.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, man. It's been a good
Thanks,
time.
Denver.
It's always fun, getting the guys to that common ground, and we all have that common ground, and we enjoy motorcycles, so
That's what it's all about.
it's always a good time. Well, hey, thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Milepost 63 with the boys from the Upshift podcast. Catch you guys later. Hey, have fun, ride safe.
Ah,
enjoy the open roads.